Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So exciting news, the A-arm is in. It's back here behind me on the table. It did take Super ATV a little bit longer to get me the A-arm than normal shipping because of a warranty process. They had to call Unhinged ATV. They had to verify that I had the lifetime warranty, but super easy to work with. It just took a little bit longer. Unfortunately, I got here late at night and I was leaving the next day to take my kids out to the beach in California for spring break. So I'm back. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we got before we get to the install. So this is the new A-arm and it will go just like this. I don't know if you can see too well, but you can see on the A-arm how it pushes everything forward. And then this is the upper for the other side. What I wanted to show you though was the ball joints. So this is your lower ball joint. You can see I've already had this one pressed in. I had to press it out. And here's your upper. And look at the difference on those two. I don't know how well you can see, but it's a pretty significant difference on these. So if you look, I've got new cotter pins, new castle nuts. Everything's been replaced. I did want to show you on these A-arms before the install. So I've taken out the grease zert and I wanted to show you. So this is the upper sleeve. There is a metal rod in here too, a guide rod. And I want to show you how much grease I put in there. So before you install these, grease them. It's a lot easier. I learned the hard way on the back. I pre-greased them, but on these front ones, I really grease the snot out of them. And for you wondering why did I take out the grease zert fitting, well, I over grease them, but when you go to put the sleeve back in, the rubber or the plastic bushing, I don't know exactly what material this is, it won't go. You'll end up bending it if you're not careful, and then you gotta buy a whole new set for like 90 bucks. So take off the grease zert. You're gonna have grease come out. Not a big deal. I did it on the other ones. I just want to show you this is the last one. These are tricky to get out. One way to get them out I learned is if you just put your grease gun on here and you keep pumping away, it'll actually push one side out. Just make sure you take off that grease zert before you slide this back in. And as you can see, it's a little bit work, especially with one hand, and it'll slide in. I'll probably take a rubber mallet, tap it down real easy. Grease will come out, so make sure you cover it with a paper towel or something that you don't mind throwing away. So that's the good news on those. I got that. Another interesting fact is on these upper ball joints, they all come with snap rings. On the lower ball joint, which is this one, they press up from the bottom. They do not come with snap rings, even though there is a, you can see in there, snap ring groove. So I gotta go to the dealership because I broke the snap ring trying to get it off the new ball joint that was installed in the A-arm I pressed out. So 2016 they put the snap rings on. 2017s they took them off. I don't know if they did with 2018s. So when I ordered the ball joints, and these are all OEM ball joints that I have in the A-arms, you have to order snap rings separate, castle nuts separate, everything is separate. But on the 2017 parts diagram, there is no snap ring for the ball joint. Now, I don't understand that. I mean, you got a lot of weight pushing down on it. Why would you not want a snap ring? I think it was like 55 cents from Rocky Mountain ATV, something like that, less than $1. I went ahead and ordered them. I'm gonna call a dealership today so I can install these here for the next video. They'll be uploaded tomorrow, so don't forget to chime in for that one. To get this snap ring, I really want the snap rings. Haven't had any issues on the stock A-arms, but you know what, while you're in there, let's do it right. Make sure when you're doing these installs, you take your time. So that's an interesting fact on that. Another thing is, this is Rocky Mountain ATV's all balls ball joint for the upper. I like to have a spare. So when you buy the all balls spare, it actually comes with, let's see if I can get this open. Oh, I've already taken it out. It comes with the new castle nuts, the cotter pin, and snap ring. To where if you order the OEM Honda, you have to buy each part individually. So when you're looking at these, you're going, oh, these cost a little bit more. Well, it's a complete set. At the time when I ordered them, they didn't have any lowers. So I did order one upper as a spare. I have an OEM lower as a spare, just in case anything ever happens. I don't know if I'll be fixing ball joints on the trail, but I can. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get this ball joint pressed in. I got the tools set out already. I do have a ball joint press. Right here, it's a Mako. I can do the lowers, but I cannot do the uppers due to the fact that this is for trucks. I don't have a car ball joint press, but I'm just going to go down to the local hardware store, buy a piece of steel pipe. I'll take the spares in there and get the right diameter, weld a piece of flat stock on the top, and I'll be good to go. No reason to buy a whole new ball joint press. So that's going on with what's going on there. Other than that, not too much else going on. We'll do the install today, so that'll be in tomorrow's upload. Then we'll be on the hunt for shocks. I'm leaning towards the Fox shocks. I don't know a lot about shocks, and I don't want to tinker with shocks, or I get the 814s. So I'll start looking for some Fox shocks. I don't know if I'll buy them in pairs or all four. I'd like to buy all four. Depends on funds. And we will be checking the bind on the front axles. I may or may not need to buy the Super ATV axles for those. I know the back axles were not binding with the factory shocks, but we'll see when we put on the aftermarket or the upgraded shocks that have a little bit more travel. I know the factory shocks, it is 20 inches from eyelet to eyelet, and I already have a lift on there, so they're not binding, so that's great. The Fox shocks are the same way. The Viking 814 shocks, they have limit straps to keep them at 20 inches. So, and those are still on the table. I just haven't played with any shocks yet. And then when I'm at the dealership, I'm gonna see if they have a Talon there. Hopefully we can do a quick walk around. But when I called last week, they had one come in and it was gone the day they got it. They said they assembled it in the morning, and there's 2 or 3 people on the waiting list to get one, which is amazing. So they have none for the showroom. People started taking deliveries of them, and the reviews have been very positive. A lot of people are liking them for the woods. I haven't seen any reviews too much, other than the people, that went to the Honda showcase where they bring out everyone to do the reviews. But I've seen some privately owned ones, reviews people doing in the woods. Some people are already starting some mods. So don't forget to check in tomorrow. We'll have the install going. I got all the A-arms laid out this time. I've got all the cotter pins. I've got all the extra stuff that we need to replace. So stay safe. Leave me a comment below on what you think and how the channel's going. And until next time.